Now, if you want to go over to the book of James, and we do those things because we become a child of God, and we can't help it. We don't do those things to become a child of God. Those things are the good works that we do because we became a child of God, and we can't help it. But we don't do them to become. To become, the book of Hebrews, chapter 6 says, without faith it is impossible.
Wait. Did you see that? Did you see that?
We can't help it. We don't do those things.
We can't help it. We can't help it. He said we do the works because we're a child of God. We can't help it. That's what he said.
Okay. There's a difference between believing in and believing on. And the will of the Father is simply
so all right. First of all, let's just get this straight. This thing he's saying about there's a difference between believing in and believing on, that's confusing. That's not true. Okay, because Jesus says believing in and believing on. He says both those things. So he uses them interchangeably. And sometimes Jesus will say believe on and have everlasting life. Sometimes Jesus will say believe in and have everlasting life. So he's incorrect when he tries to claim that believe in and believe on are different. He is wrong. Okay, but let's keep going because he's saying some other weird stuff here. He's trying to say something like weirdness.
Believing on. And the will of the Father is simply that you see by faith what Jesus Christ did, who he was and what he did, and you believe on that. Now, if you want to go over to the book of James, and we do those things because we become a child of God, and we can't help it.
So see, isn't that backloading? We do those things because we became a child of God, and we can't help it. So what he's trying to say is that you don't do the works, you don't do works to be a child of God, but then once you become a child of God, then you do the good works and you can't help it. So I don't see how that could not be backloading. If anybody was concerned that this guy's not a backloader, he clearly is.
We don't do those things to become a child of God. Those things are the good works that we do because we became a child of God.
The good works that we do because we became a child of God. And before you said we can't help it, which implies that any saved person that they will do the good works. That's what that implies, Anyway, so Zitch, listen, dude, I'm gonna talk to you about this, bro. I'm not trying to I don't know, I was getting a little bit annoyed, but I'm not trying to be mad at you, but I think you're wrong, but it's all right. But it's not a big deal. But we can talk about this, right? But I just think it's not good to use John 6:40. I don't think it is.
That we do because we became a child of God, and we can't help it. But we don't do them to become. To become, the book of Hebrews, chapter 6 says, without faith it is impossible to please God.
It's not chapter 6. It's chapter 11, verse 6.
It doesn't say without good works it's impossible to please God. It doesn't say without being a part of a church or a part of an organization. It just says without faith it's impossible to please God. And the will of the Father is for you to see Jesus and in faith believe in what he did. Okay? Don't wind up being all this.
Believe in what he did. It's weird. Like, you know what? I don't know, man. Like, you guys are gonna say, "Oh, he's just like a little confused, Mike." Here, he doesn't use the terminology directly like you. But are we supposed to believe in what Jesus did, or in him? Are we supposed to believe in him? Now, I know the cross gospel people will suggest that I'm wrong, but the Bible doesn't say believe in what he did. It doesn't say that. He's saying that, but it doesn't say that,
Being a part of a church or a part of an organization, it just says without faith.
In danger of eternal hellfire? Yeah, that's true. But then in danger of eternal hellfire, yeah. He's in danger of it, though. It just says danger of it. It doesn't say that he will be or anything like that, right? That's the thing about it, too. Now, you may say that, okay, it cannot possibly apply to saved people because they could never be in danger of hellfire. But, even some of the times, sometimes the hellfire thing, is it really talking about eternal damnation? We could look at that some more. We'll take a look at that some more. But anyway, I'm happy to discuss these things with you. I'm not I'm not trying to say you guys are wrong or anything. You might be right, but I think you're wrong. But we'll talk about it.
Being a part of a church or a part of organization, it just says without faith, it's impossible to please God. And the will of the Father is for you to see Jesus and in faith believe in what he did.
Believe in what he did. In faith, see Jesus and believe in what he did. Now, and even the John 6 passage that he read, right? It says, anyone that sees the Son and believeth on him. It doesn't say believe in what he did. So why is he saying that? You know, people often will say that, but it's weird. Why do you say that if the Bible doesn't say that? Yeah, totally, dude. We'll talk about it some more, bro. It's worth talking about. I mean, I'm not sure I have 100% lock on it, but I think my solution is better than other people's. But we'll talk about it. Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Believe in the will of the Father is for you to see Jesus and in faith believe in what he did.
That's not what it is.
Don't wind up being all this religious and all this stuff and wind up and Jesus looking at you and saying, I don't know you. I don't know you. If you want to be one of the few who makes it through the straight gate, you want to be one of those who Jesus says, I know you. I know you. You trusted me.
I know you. You trusted me. I don't know, man. I don't like it. Confusing, but like I swear, look, the thing he said just before, right? But let's hear it out. But I'll go back to that.
Okay, simple this morning. I've already had people try to turn this into a debate on religion. It ain't gonna happen. This channel will not become a debate on religion. We're going to talk about Jesus Christ, and we're going to talk about the Word of God, and it's as simple as that. And I am not going to let this turn into something where somebody gets on here and tries to boil it up and take the eyes away from Jesus Christ. All right?
You're taking the eyes away from Jesus Christ, buddy. Listen, I'm done listening to this fool. But anyway, this guy's the one taking the eyes off Jesus Christ. Because he tried to say some stupid nonsense about how when you get saved, you can't help it. Yeah, whatever, dude.
We don't do those things too on that.
So let's get this.
Who he was and why he did, and you believe on that.
So wait.
On him. I have no trust, no faith, and confidence, but I believe he's real. Okay, I believe he is a true historical figure, but I don't believe on him. I have no trust, no faith, and confidence. Okay, there's a difference between believing in and believing on, and
there's a difference between believing on and believing on. And then he's trying to say that believing on is trust, faith, confidence. So now he's just added all this other weird stuff. When the thing is, you're supposed to believe that Jesus is the Christ. It's just it's like a fact, right? Like a proposition. So you believe that proposition. Someone makes a statement, you know, the sky is blue, right? You can just believe that. You don't have to like trust or have faith in that fact. You just believe that fact. Now, the other fact that you're supposed to believe about Jesus is the Christ. If you believe that fact, then you're saved. You don't have to put trust, faith, confidence. That's all very good to do, but that's not what you do for salvation. So this guy, first of all, his first problem is that he's trying to say that believe in and believe on are different things, and that believe on means put faith, trust, confidence. It's not just believe. All right. So that's the first problem with this guy's confusing false gospel. All right. Let's go on.
The will of the Father is simply that you see by faith what Jesus Christ did, who he was and why he did, and you believe on that.
So now he's saying that you have to believe what Jesus was and what he did.
That you see by faith what Jesus Christ did, who he was and why he did, and you believe on that.
Who he was and what he did. But all it says there is that anyone who sees the Son and believes on him will have everlasting life. That's all it says there. It doesn't say what he did. It doesn't say anything like that, right? So he's adding stuff that's not in the book, all right? Now you might say, "Oh, Mike, he's just confused," and maybe you're right, but I doubt it. I think he's just he's a shill, and he's doing this on purpose. But these guys are very clever, you know. These guys, this guy might you might think, "Oh, this guy's just some country bumpkin dummy," but he's very smart. This dude, he doesn't talk like he's some intellectual, but he is.
Jesus Christ did, who he was and why he did, and you believe on that. Now, if you want to go over to the book of James, and we do those things because we become a child of God, and we can't help it. We don't.
Like, I'm sorry, that's clearly backloading. Can somebody back me up here in the comments? Like, somebody tell me, is that backloading or not? This guy just said that we do those things because we're become a child of God, and we can't help it. That means that everyone who becomes a child of God is going to do good works. Hey, what's up, Liliana? We're just looking around these videos and criticizing them. Oh yeah, all right. So you guys back me up. All right. So all right. So we have now proven that this Dry Creek Wrangler goof is a shill and a backloader. So all right, I guess we're done with this guy now, right? Or let's hear him out a little bit more. Let's see what he
do
says.
those things to become a child of God.
Hang on.
Now, if you want to go over to the book of James, and
thank you.
We do those things because we become a child of God, and we can't help it. We don't do those things to become a child of God. Those things are the good works that we do because we became a child of God.
All right, yeah, that's backloading. I'm sorry, he's done. Chill Creek Wrangler in effect. Chill Creek Wrangler, bro.
Okay. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 Studying the Bible with Mike and Pat. These other YouTubers are just so trash. Hit the thumbs up if you want to support. Go follow Mike as he follows the Lord. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 You better watch out, Mike's calling out the shills. If you're not free grace, you need to sit down and chill. We're not hyper grace, you know we keep it real. Eternally secure, you know that we're sealed. We don't back low, we're not workspace heretics. Mike's not in it for the money, trying to get a lick. They out here selling their souls for a couple clicks. Becoming Freemasons so they can't just get rich. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 Shout out to Mike and Pat. Check out his channel, Toronto Bible Study. Subscribe and like.